My name is Kenny Woolwine, and this is my story. So my story begins in December of 1976. That's when I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, to Ken Sr. and Nancy Woolwine. Um, Lived in Tennessee, moved to Florida, moved to Georgia, moved to South Carolina, moved to Georgia. So we did a lot of moving around as I was a kid. But in the fall of 1990 is when we moved to the Atlanta area and settled there, where I've been pretty much ever since. Um, Growing up, had a great childhood, but one of my first early passions was professional wrestling. My dad, when I was 5, took me to my very first wrestling show at the Memorial Auditorium in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I fell in love with it instantly. Being in the live part of it, I'm sure I watched it on TV as a kid because my parents loved wrestling as well. But grew up there, grew up around the wrestling, and realized that's something that I wanted to do. When I was 16 years old, they opened up a wrestling school, literally in my backyard. My apartment complex that we lived in Norcross, there was the patio, and then down was a shopping center where there was a karate studio, and one of the karate instructors was a professional wrestler. They opened up a school there. It was $2,500 to train to become a professional wrestler. And my dad had gotten a bonus check from his job, gave it to me, and said, go live your dream, just do it the best you can.
Do you think you're tough enough?
Are you tough enough to be a professional wrestler? The 1995 summer tryouts for the North Georgia Wrestling Academy are August 19th in Riverdale. For more information, call 768-5775. Summer tryouts 95 in Riverdale for the North Georgia Wrestling Academy. 768-5775. Are you tough enough?
Tough enough to become a professional wrestler? Then the North Georgia Wrestling Academy, that's the place you need to go.
Now, I'm horribly unathletic. I knew that I wasn't going to be a professional wrestler. I knew that this about 2 months into my training, just because I couldn't do some of the athletic things. And I was ready to quit, and we discussed some things, and the trainer gave me a microphone and a camera one day and said, go talk.
In his man tonight, but John Johnson has something else to say.
I'm afraid. I'm very afraid.
That's pretty funny. And that's really damn hilarious.
Beeb.
But do you know what? Do you know what? Because this used to be my old job, please allow me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please allow me to introduce to you a new IWU Georgia Heavyweight Champion of the World.
Once again, they got lots of gold around their waist. I think it's time to celebrate.
Now, everybody knows a really hard match.
And I killed it. It's one of the things that God blessed me with, was to be able to talk to people, to be able to put out my thoughts, my feelings, to be a character, to either make you love me or make you hate me. It doesn't really matter to me. It's just being able to be that person, and that's exactly what I did. I'm not one to talk about myself. I'm not one to be arrogant, egotistical, narcissistic, or cocky. So, I want to hear what some of my friends have to say about me.
Describe Kenny Woolwine. Let me think for a second.
So stuck on himself.
Narcissist.
Totally egotistical.
Jerk.
Oh my gosh, he knows everything.
Self-centered.
Just basically me.
And he has a nasty attitude.
Egotistical.
Judge is very, very arrogant.
Selfish.
Smart ass.
You need more?
JJ is narcissistic and
He thinks he's the master of all.
that guy.
Stark raving lunatic.
As egotistical.
Politically incorrect.
Complete egotistical snob.
Sophomoric.
I don't even know why he's still here.
That good?
My daddy is egotistical.
Begin.
My daddy is arrogant. Daddy is cocky. Daddy is self-centered. And play with my toys, and he won't let me play.
See? I told you. People love me. I've been married twice. My first marriage lasted just about 2 weeks past our 10th anniversary. Our divorce was final 2 weeks later. And it was just a horrible, horrible time in my life. I mean, I got 2 children out of the deal, but the marriage itself was horrible. Met a wonderful woman. Her name is Shauna. It's the woman I'm married to now. We have a daughter together. She's great with, obviously our kid. She's great with my kids. She's the love of my life. We have been together for 5 years. And coming up in April, it will be 5 years of marriage for us. We were only dating a very short time before we were married. I'm a passionate person. I just love life. I love to laugh. I don't take myself too seriously. I don't think anybody should. I think you should always, look at the brighter side of life, find a chance to laugh. And even in the tragedies that we've seen, in the past decade or so, there's always something to smile about. There's always that, silver lining there in those clouds. So, you got to look for that. And sometimes it's not so easy to see, but, you got to find it. This is my cat, Chester. He's demon spawn. If there was a PetSmart in hell, this is where he came from. I currently work for a company called TTI. We do manufacturing for power tools for Rigid and Ryobi. I work in the warranty department where I process warranty information for the Home Depot. And I do a little customer service, speak to customers, explain to them the difference in their warranties and what they cover and what they don't. It's a good gig. I get to work with my best friend, which is something that, if you enjoy what you do and you get to do it with people you enjoy it, that you enjoy being around, you'll never work a day in your life. My name is Kenny Woolwine, and this is my story.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. A man is born, he's a man of means. Then along come two. They got nothing but the genes, but they got different strokes it takes. Different strokes it takes. Different strokes to move the world. Everybody's got a special kind of story. Everybody finds a way to